Hey friends, it is chicken day out here on our homestead, which is still funny for me to say. I'm such a city girl, and we bought this home 4 years ago, and now it's our homestead. So this morning is processing of these Cornish cross down here. They hatched out, we got them from Cackle on, they hatched August 2nd. We got them at some point that week. So they are about 9.5 weeks old. And we've found that's kind of the sweet spot, just depending on each batch. But they are good and fat and ready to go for chicken dinner. So these are Cornish cross, as you can see. So what we did, this is where we have two different little like coops that we move around in the woods for the chickens, and we feed them feed as well as they get to free range as we move them around. But it gets really muddy, so we hadn't had rain in weeks. And then of course a couple days before it's chicken day, it is like torrential downpour. We are actually trying to beat the rain right now as well. And so we moved these, half of them, we're doing half today and half tomorrow, so we moved half of them to the little chicken hotels on our porch, which is actually where they got their start. It's where we put chicks. It's just a more climate controlled environment. So I will show you our chicken hotel right now, and let's get started. These are our chicken hotels where we put the birds the night before processing day. It just gets them off of the ground, out of the woods. It helps us to control the fact that they don't get food for 12 to 24 hours before processing. It also, these pine shavings are an incredible way that they clean themselves off. So the birds are so much cleaner. These are also where we had them when they were babies. It's much more climate controlled. It's on our covered porch, and so they get a nice little night, their last night in these chicken hotels. It's incredible how just one night in these little chicken hotels will help clean them up. It's like the pine shavings are like a natural bath for them, and so it's a really great way to give them a last night. We've found, and many others have found, it's best to not feed them 12 to 24 hours before processing because it's just a huge mess in their guts and it's just a lot harder. And so this is also a way to separate them from the rest for that last night, where they get still plenty of water and a nice, comfy, clean environment, but we withhold the food so that today is not as big of a mess. So just down the porch is where my station is, and I'm going to show that to you next. So this is our chicken processing station, and this is actually an upgrade from this table is. So I had been doing it on this old picnic table over here, but a church member actually was getting rid of this old stainless steel table, and it's perfect because it's actually higher up, and of course stainless steel is going to be easier to clean. But this is where all the stuff happens. So I'm going to show you where it gets started. All right, here is our kill cone that we use. We actually used to just use this stump and a hatchet, but we have found the quality of the meat is just so much different when you use this seriously homemade, do-it-yourself. It is a bucket that is just quickly put together. I can share a link with how we did it. But I find they bleed out so much better. I am going to give you a link because I don't show us actually killing the bird. But if you are interested in the exact place on where to cut, how to do it, follow this link and it's going to give you the specifics on how to do it. It's a bit graphic, so I just didn't want to include it in my video. To the stove, and the temperature is almost right. I have found 155 to be the sweet spot for the temperature. And then the plucking and the processing and the parting out right here. We have a couple of great knives. I will bag up the organs and the organs in this bag, the necks and the feet in this bag. We use everything except the heads, and then the rest will go in a cooler with some salt water. And so I will part these out, and then I will put the whole birds in a cooler full of brine, like salt water, and I usually let them rest for a couple days, but I will show you more along the way. Let me know if you have questions or different ways that you've done it. So it's chicken day. We've got our bird. I just slit this open. I'm about to pull these insides out, and I actually just cut the feet off. It was really easy at that joint. And here's our great chicken. Isn't that awesome?